3 is less than 50 days away. So we ranked every single Bayonetta character so far. Yes, even Mollie Anderson, the release date trailer people, and even the toy store guy. But here's the catch. SniperIguana and I did our own ranking of all the characters over like a month ago. If I get less than 95% correct, I will give away a cash prize to whoever is watching until the very end. For the instructions. Okay, starting off with Brave Cereza, or Cereza when she wasn't sealed. Obviously, all the Bayonettas and all the Cerezas are going to be platinum or above. That's just the law. But the reason why I didn't put her in pure platinum was because there is a possibility of her being a product of a singular timeline trope, where it follows the concept of going back in time and you change the present, or changes your timeline. If you've been following for some time, you know that I do not like that. I think that spits on the concept of having the philosophy of multiversal time travel. Like, no matter what you do, going back in time, you won't solve any problem that you do, or that you've done. So Bella Poarch Bayonetta, or Bayonetta, still platinum. She looks so pretty. It's kind of like that mega evolution from Bayonetta's custom Umbran Kamachi outfit. She's up there. She's fabulous. Bayonetta 3 Parmesan, platinum. She's an OG. I love her 70s outfit and hairstyle. I kind of wish her outfit was red, but again, maybe, just maybe, we are in an alternate Brave timeline and this is a John variant. Who knows, all right? So far, realistically, probably John. I would have preferred a red outfit, as a lot of you others. Bayonetta 1 John. She helped save the universe. She saved our Bayonetta from being bonded. She was extra. She was beautiful. She surfed a fucking motorbike. But she was brainwashed. I also think having her moth within be one frame is a great challenge for people, but you know, if I was a modeling scout, I believe John's Bayonetta 2 look was much better. I'm sorry, I can't be your man. Her long hair accentuates her eyes much more, and I feel she emanates a sort of hotter vibe in 2. But I am mad that her screen time in 2 is unforgiving, which is why I put her in pure platinum. Additionally, she foresaw something big that is going to happen to the world, which is a cool, probably unintentional foreshadowing. Our first pure platinum, everyone. I'm sure I got some wrong already. Father Radahn, love him. I love how he becomes a conductor whenever he prepares attack. Has to be in platinum. The Lucifer trope with him being cast out of Paradiso because they saw him as a threat. This fight is also much fairer than in Bayonetta 2. His tattoos glowing give him that halo effect. I love that design. And the fact that he was about to be put into the story of Bayonetta 1. I really hope we see that in 3. So that was a missed opportunity, but you know, it's okay. All good. It was a good fight nevertheless. Okay, Father Boulder. Platinum rank hands down. Comparing the last boss battles between Aesir and Father Boulder, I had so much more fun within the past few years fighting Boulder. The quick time events, the rounds, and how which time felt rewarding when you kept dodging all of his combos until the very end. Also, he had the expression, if you want to go into the lore aspect, when he parried all the infernal summons, especially when he combed his hair like a boss. That was badass. I love it. He has his motives as well. Like, while even though he was possessed, I feel he had a little bit in him that wanted to create a world, or a happy world with Rosa and Cereza alive. Even then, you can't even blame him entirely for his actions if you want to get into spoiler territory. Viola. We don't know much about her. I think her design is really cool. Very Paramore, very punk rock, teenagery outfit. I was about to put her in gold rank, but I upped her because of 2 reasons. One, when I rewatched the gameplay mechanics, it's so foreign to the game. Like the Cheshire finishers and how it looks more rewarding and colorful than Sraba or Pillatok that we're also used to. You know, I just hope they add more possibilities and branches to the combos than what they did in Bayonetta 2. And the second reason is you have the possibility of her being a double agent or being connected to the antagonist. And you also have the theory of her being an artificial Umbran Witch, a 2nd gen one from the Alphaverse. I love that idea. I think it would be nice. It would be a nice, reasonable plot twist. It's kind of cliche, but you know, I don't mind shonen cliches. Shout outs to you, Ryder and Crazy Girl. Demon Masquerade Cereza, beautifully done. It shows how much those two are like in sync with each other. A fusion form has been in my mind ever since 2020, you know. I think it was the cinematics of the third trailer that made me come to this, but I liked the vibe of the release date trailer than in the 2021 trailer. You know, she looked more like a mannequin in the 2021 compared to the remastered look. So that one goes to the gold rank. I'm gonna put the release date one into the platinum rank. But even so, I love the Demon Masquerade. Even if it looks like a mannequin, I love it. Little Cereza, you know, adorable. Platinum rank. Found our Bayonetta's weakness, bonded well with Luca throughout Bayonetta 1. Just remember, kids, don't take candy from people you don't know. Bayonetta 3 Luca, absolute Chad, from being hesitant to enemies in Bayonetta 1 to dodging them in Bayonetta 3, even carelessly. He looks so much more like a wanderer and an adventurer, and I just hope he's not purely comic relief in this sequel. But you also have the possibility of this one, or all of them, from being the alternate universe, because his scar is on one side, you know, and Bayonetta 2 Luca, his scar was on the other side. Now, I get that a lot of older, earlier fans will say that I'm overthinking, overanalyzing, but you know, that's how pop culture is in 2022. We're not in the 2000s anymore, especially in and visual series, you know, like fans are going to overanalyze about even the slightest changes to a character's continuity or a character's appearance visually. I feel like a great story isn't how crazy it can become, it's how consistent you can make it. So I hope they have an explanation of why his scar is on the other side. If it is just a design change, you know, it's just a little pet peeve of mine. All in all, regardless, you know, small details. This is like getting into ranked territory. I still love Luca, how he was shown here. Absolute legend. Madama Butterfly, Platinum, because she's stuck by our Bayonetta within those 500 years. Or this Cereza, all this time. Her new form, the Charlotte's Web, Adam's Family vibe on this one. I can't wait for Wednesday. I'm so excited to watch that on Netflix. Mwah. And now you can use her in her full form when she's out of body experience, or like she's in the human world. I really hope it's more than one verse this time though. I don't think they're gonna do it in like you can activate her all the time or anytime. Young Boulder, handsome platinum motherfucker. He was just trying to get revenge for Rosa, and he saved the whole universe by absorbing Lopter, willing to be possessed by him in the long run. Now, unpopular opinion, you know, this is kind of sidetracking. I don't think he was stuck in a time loop. If you think about it, there's a point where he dies. So in his perspective, it was witch hunts, Bayo 2, Possessed, and then Bayo 1. And then this prologue. Like, now that I thought about it, where is the time loop when he dies? In our perspective, it looks like a time loop because we played the games in reverse and whatnot. You can play it in any order. But in his POV, he just lived longer in different time periods. But anyways, that's thinking way too much. He was so cool in Bayonetta 2, especially when he took off his mask. And when the You May Call Me Father OST just played in the background for the bombshell, you know, the man behind the curtain. That was really cool. Whittingham Fair Cereza. Now, she was the incident that really confused everyone because I feel the director of this trailer was meant to elicit, you know, what the fuck is going on for the viewer. And we see all her bloody and beaten up by the purple figure, which I think was necessary for the direction of the story, or at least for the third sequel, right? We studied her extensively before the 2021 trailer, and she's potentially our biggest proof of the multiverse, you know, even if this teaser is just a metaphor. She basically power scaled the purple figure so that way it would evoke a reaction from us that something is going on, we should be worried. But really, this is the video that really helped me meet a lot of you guys in Gen 1, so platinum it is. Okay, next we're gonna move on to gold tier. So keep watching because you're gonna get to the top 3. Okay, so Sigurd, gold star. The mystery around him and the susness is so good. It's likely he is that giant homunculi beast at the end. He is helping us at the start, of course, and I have a feeling that he's going to be part of the antagonist somehow. If he's a fighter on top of being a scientist, I just have this gut feeling he's going to be an awesome fighter using technology to his advantage. I've never seen that in Bayonetta, you know, besides all the guns and the sights and the pillow talk and whatnot, but using technology like Stark tech, or in other words, using the magic of humans. That's a really beautiful thing. Like, technology is the magic of humans. I like that. Mollie Anderson. Thank you, Creative Handle, for this. By the way, stick around. Creative and I have something already cooked up for you. I'm so excited. But in all seriousness, the meme around her was just phenomenal on Twitter. I jokingly say that she's going to be a sleeper Umbran witch that activates in Bayonetta 3, but honestly, I just hope that she's back as a news reporter. Keep that continuity in. Okay, so Bayonetta 2 Radahn and Demon Radahn. Great characters, Demon Radahn / Fallen Radahn. I love the susness of why he was in Inferno before Bayonetta. Like, he was probably about to turn John into a weapon. I love how he's basically neutral to everything so far, not even being an Ace tier level threat, or he didn't even care about Ace tier taking over the world at that point. But what I wanted to say and why he's in gold was his BS-ness when you verse him in Bayonetta 2. Oh my god. Like, there's this move that he does where there's like 3 possibilities from one charge. It's either he charges at you, hits straight away. There's another possibility where he charges at you, pauses, then hits you. So it breaks your momentum and he catches you off guard when you don't dodge or when you dodge. Bayonetta 2 Radahn and Demon Radahn is fun when he gives you a good readable match, or if you're just lucky. It's super hard. It's still super hard though. I think it's very rewarding. Again, stay tuned for our official collab. Constellation Beast, gold. They put a lot of hints to say that this is the Cheshire doll, or at least Viola and Cheshire's Demon Masquerade. I love the design, the colorful glass wings, the diamond shoulder pads, the bearded dragon effect or vibe. I hope they can improve the constellation design though. In the trailer, it looks like, you know, quite like a neon light just stuck on it, but I still love it. You know, definitely gold because it's giving this Cereza a run for her money. Bayonetta 1 Enzo, his Bayo 1 design is my favorite for now. Like, until we see, or put in gold, until we see his new design after the prologue scene. But I put Bayo 3 Enzo in silver because I think the mafia archetypal, you know, underground black market broker look is so much more fitting for him. His Bayo 3 trailer one, for now at least, you know, it reminds me of like a beach episode, which is adorable. You know, he's probably taking his family out on vacation until, as always, is ruined by Bayonetta's work. Again, I want to see his actual outfit. I wonder if maybe it's the actual outfit. I don't know. Damn. I miss his mafia look so much. The toy store guy. Oh, the strongest character in the Bayoverse. Now, he was chill with Enzo, like gold star. Imagine if he's like a sleeper Lumen Sage. Oh my god. Okay, that's a joke for some of you who don't get it. You know, have you heard of a joke before? Or do you all just take everything I say, you know, surface level? Queen Sheba, gold star. Absolutely fisted Jubileus so hard she ended up toast. But it's cool how you don't need the eyes of the world to summon her. But if you aren't worthy, you will die straight away. The wink is a cool little detail to add that they added for Sheba. It's like, you know, she's a bit more laid back than Jubelius. Bayonetta 2 Luca in gold. He still felt like a comic relief for a bit, but you know, when he started saving Loki and being attentive when he was about to use nothingness, it made me take him a little bit more seriously. Also, his design here with the demonic glasses that Radahn gave him, I really love. And that little detail of his glasses possibly scarring his forehead, that's really cool as well. He was one of the reasons why Loki was able to get rid of the eyes of the world in the first place and eventually save the Bayoverse too. So that's a cool little indirect help that he did there. So Madama Kepri and Rosa, gold. She didn't help Rosa when she was about to die, even though she grants the contractee a vision of the future. But in contrast, I put her in the same tier as Rosa. Yeah, I know, Rosa fans are coming for my head. Don't worry, I love Rosa, you know, because even if she did see the future, she chose to stay on track with the events of time, no matter where it led to. It really like showed how much she loved Cereza, or her daughter. But the reason why I didn't put her in platinum was because I feel like she died in a very anticlimactic way. Like, where was her witch time? Where was his Godspeed? You know, they both can interpret bullets flying at full speed, but couldn't see a card being thrown. But regardless, without all the technicalities and whatnot, I feel like her death could have been written better. If I wrote that scene, I would have shown her like fighting Lopter, showing us why she's the strongest witch of her generation, you know, where she's protecting the Umbran hallway. I would probably even put Kid Lopter, freeing her off her chains to go all out. And then you showcase Kid Lopter showing a stronger form or a stronger attack, which then kills her, like a stab in the heart. Then you can have his dialogue of saying like, you are the second one who's made me use this form. See how awesome that would be. You power scale Lopter, or at least his past, so you can get ready to verse him when at the end of Bayonetta 2. But you also still see how much Rosa loves her clan. I'm okay with character deaths at the right written time, as long as they leave the stage of the theater in a worthy manner. Rosa is an amazing character. She had the Minato vibe to her, or like a female Minato vibe to her. But her death, I believe, was anticlimactic, which is why I put them in gold. But I still love Rosa. She's like MILF, you know. Mystery Swordsman. Okay, we obviously know that it's Viola, but the silhouette introduction, mwah, beautifully done. It had the right amount of ambiguity to transparency, where we knew that they were going to be connected to Cereza herself. The theories were so much fun to come up with too. We thought that this was going to be John from the Brave or alternate timeline. That's quite a cool thing. Omni. Okay, yeah, gold star. Saved the universe, absolutely drop kicked Aesir so hard his soul left his body. I just hope that they explain her existence much more, because she is said to be a separate being to Jubileus and Sheba, which is why she isn't in the platinum tier. Purple figure. Ranking him in gold. Gave us so much opportunities to discuss who they were, and sliced a Cereza in half to show how powerful they are. You know, I obviously am hoping for it to be Eggman, but realistically, I feel like it's a puppet from the Alphaverse and whatnot, which I think deserves that gold status for now. You know, maybe if they write the character well in Bayonetta 3, they're going to go up a rank. Kid Lopter and Kid Loki. Gold rank. 100%. You know, the more I watched them too, the more I like appreciated them more, especially Loki. Like, he got rid of the eyes of the world, and he essentially was the driving factor of the story in the second game. Wherever we went, it was because of him. Like, if you think about it, it was just honestly because of him. We could have made it to, what was it, the Gates of Hell, and that's it. And then come back. But I honestly liked him, and I put him in gold. I didn't put him in silver. I liked him. Oh, I'm gonna lose this challenge, but I liked him because of that suspicious fool card. So I always thought that Loki could have like a sort of hidden agenda, or he really is the god of mischief. But maybe you could wait for a future upload on why I would rank him as platinum. That's it for gold. Let's go to bronze before we go to silver, because it's very interesting. Lopter after the eyes of the world. Like, you're the god of chaos. I think you should have a little bit more in the tank without the eyes. You know, I know he could have like been gassed out by our Bayonetta after a round in space. The reason why I didn't put him in stone is because at least his death was cool. Like, he never gave up until the very end by trying to escape to a new era. I love that dialogue of him saying, "I'll just escape to another era," while he's putting his hand out like this. That was really cool. And he's like breathing. That was, you know, good writing on that one. Okay, King Zero. Okay, not much is really known about him. You know, he was brought in a game during an era that where they didn't really think too hard about Easter eggs or add-ons, but in the current climate of pop culture, and I said this before similarly, I hope they are more considerate of the details they added. I'm not even talking about like DLCs or amiibo scans for extra outfits. I'm talking about things brought up within the game. Not the ones that are like really, you know, obviously to like DMC and whatnot. Those are definitely references. Anyways, King Zero, 2 hits, you're gone, meant for people who love the challenge. If I remember, you could like summon little devils without the infernal communicator, but that's why he's not in stone, because the cutscenes are funny. Like they had a comedic aspect to them, and it was just easier for the devs to include him in. So, you know, good for them. You know, same vibe as like Bayonetta or something, especially during that train scene. That's pretty fun. Ed and Edna. Gotta be in silver. I'm sorry. Enzo's family. I really hope Enzo's wife is really hot and attractive. So it follows that, you know, Jessica Rabbit trope, Addams Family antic of the beautiful wife with the sleazy husband or sleazy partner. But with Ed and Edna bronze, because we haven't even seen them as much, or I even beg the question, do they even exist? Or is Enzo making up this whole narrative about his family that he loves so much? I really hope he does, you know, that'll be pretty adorbs. Like he does so much illegal shit, but he has a really loving and caring family that love him so much and are humble and whatnot. They are not in stone because they allegedly made a birthday cake for Enzo, and Enzo loves them so much. I think that is really cute. Okay, back to Silver. Aesir. He was so cool at first when I saw his God of Chaos form for the first time, but as I kept on like fighting him over the years, it felt like such a much more boring fight compared to Father Balder. So I'm gonna put him in Silver, even though it's technically him as well. But Aesir himself didn't really show how godly he was. There was no like expressions or ground shaking antics that he did. You know, my spine didn't shake when I fought him, but his speech was quite cool. His speech about humanity, saying how much we basically just borrowed the powers that he has, or he originally had. A part of me hopes that he wanted the eyes of the world to protect the earth from a much bigger threat. It doesn't just make him a megalomaniac for wanting the eyes of the world again. Like he had the consideration for his world, because it is his world. So after the end of Bayonetta 2, we basically lost our greatest chance against someone who might come by. Lopter was potentially trying to save Earth, which is why I call it the Patton theory. You know, we defeated the wrong enemy type of trope. Alraun, Silva, okay? I liked versing her. It's my favorite boss in Bayonetta 2, excluding Radahn. She would have made the gold tier, or she will, if they explain why she hates Madama Butterfly. I feel like her backstory could have been expressed more before we fought her. Like she just explained that she hates Madame Butterfly like nothing, right? I even theorized that it's John's mother who doesn't remember anything, and she has this pregnancy fantasy or fetish or whatnot. No judging, but like that's why she put John in the stomach. It did, however, say that she was royalty, and she even uses Umbran glyphs even before she absorbed John. It would be cool if she was an Umbran witch at first before she suicided or died. She's in Silver because we didn't get any game or cinematic footage of her backstory. I feel like that would have been more emotional and more connecting to her. We would have been more empathetic towards her. In reality, we just got a description, which is fine, you know, I get it. Time constraints, I get that, 100%. Maybe in the future we'll get a cool little snippet of Alraun's life. Eggman the Destroyer, oh my gosh. I only had the coffin. It was actually Radahn technically, but you know, you get the picture. All I'll say is that he would be platinum rank if he was real. So far, I get it. It's a reference. It's a running gag. I am telling you, you are wasting a great, handsome, beaten up, scarred character opportunity if you leave him as a joke character. Like, I'm still hoping for him in future Bayonetta games. I still think you can use him. I know it's a running gag. I put him in Silver because the way that Radahn, the strongest character in the Bayoverse so far, as said by Platinum Games, Radahn said to be wary of him, where he could like escape Inferno at any time. And also, if you think about it, it required a really strong Umbran Witch to get rid of him, who is known by humans or the general public. You know, imagine him versing Bayonetta again to see how strong they've become after the events of Bayonetta 1 and Bayonetta 2, and potentially even after Bayonetta 3. All I'm saying, Platinum Games, Eggman the Destroyer would be an amazing character if he was real. I even wrote a little fanfic that his wife, or his late wife, was a Umbran witch that was murdered during the witch hunts, and that's why he devoted his life to getting rid of all magic. I think that's a really cool problem. Antonia Redgrave and Kid Luca, I had to put them in Silver. It was only one scene of them two. You know, Antonio even voiced Bayonetta 1's beginning, which was quite cool. You also have the theories of him being the purple figure. Shout outs Crazy Girl. Jubileus, or Jubelius in the Japanese dub, but I know the English dub gatekeepers are gonna comment, it's Jubileus. Someone's really gonna hate me for this, but Silver. The reason is because this is her incomplete form. Because she didn't have the full left eye of the world. In order to bump her up in my tier list, it would be to show her full form or her full potential through a flashback of her making Paradiso or the world. Or in a scene where she somehow returns in Bayonetta 3. It could be a flashback. That's the only way I would bump her up. She has the mind and behavior of like a 16-year-old, I believe, in the Eyes of Bayonetta book, but I still commend that battle with her. That one felt fitting. That felt like fighting a god. Like she was manipulating the whole sphere of influence to different environments. She can create multiple black holes that reverse your age a little bit. Silver for now, but if they can show us her full, complete, full-fledged form, stone. I'm joking. Platinum is fine. Dama Styx didn't do shit when John was in trouble. Or even when she was a soul already. Silver tier, I'm sorry. I feel like we need to know more about her. She wasn't really written consistently. But if we get to see John's demon masquerade form, definitely a platinum. Imagine seeing how sexy and vibrant John would be. Oh my gosh, wow. I hope they take inspiration from Joan of Arc. You know, please, Platinum Games. That would be epic and very fitting for a demon masquerade for John. Vigrid Beauty. She's pretty. Introduced us to Luca. Nothing really significant for now, but she was a cool background character that even for that little comedic introduction, that was really cool. If she is a human experiment that became an artificial Umbran witch, that'd bump her up to gold. I think that's a cool prompt, that's all I'm saying. Okay, now Stone. Umbran motherfucking Elder was really old-fashioned, but who can blame her? It was the 1500s. I wish they could have wrote more about her, saying how she probably saw Umbran Witch Ava in action, or how she always admired the first Umbran Witch and that's why she wanted to become an Umbran Elder. But mostly she was just shown for not favoring the mixed breeding of Lumen Sages and Umbran Witches. So, but at the same time, she was just following the ancient commandments. She is so far painted in a bad light. So she didn't do anything that we've seen to protect the Umbran clan when it was being fucked over. Stone, I felt, was so fitting for her. And you already know it, the top 3 pure platinum bays are the Witch with No Memories, the OG, the absolute perfection. I'm sorry, it's the law. The famed witch showed how strong she became, didn't really need the ribbons anymore, and of course the alleged Brave Sreza. If they are going to do that multiversal route in Bayonetta 3, or it's probably just our Bayonetta in general, you know, she does have a different vibe, different style, chubby cheeks and whatnot, but honestly, all of them 10 out of 10 goddesses that no one can deny. Oh no, I knew it. I'm a man of my word. I am sorry, SniperIguana, but it looks like